Hey guys, welcome to another video. This video is part 1 of how to read Hebrew for novices. So the first thing I'm going to teach you is the Hebrew alphabet. So basically I have my prayer book out here, my siddur as it's called in Hebrew. And I've got the whole Hebrew alphabet up here. So I'll teach you the letters now. So this one is called Aleph. And this one is called Bays. This one without the dot is called Vase. So bear in mind, for this letter, if it's got a dot, it's Bays with a B. If it doesn't have a dot, it's Vase with a V. So Aleph is typically silent. Kind of like the schwa, I would say, like maybe like the schwa, not quite though. I'd say it's sort of like the schwa, but not exactly. Maybe you could call it like the H at the end of my name. Silent. But then you have the Bays is like B, Vase is like V. Then you have the Gimel. Here, so this Gimel, it's pronounced like G in English. It's like a hard G. G. As in my name, Gedalia. Then you have, next up is the letter Daled. It says D. Then you have Hey, an H, Vav, another V. So sometimes they'll have V, sometimes they'll have Vav, but say V. Then you have Zion, Z, like the, and then someone snoring. Then you have Ches. This one's hard because it's got the sound in it. Because it's a sound. For that, just pretend like you got a mosquito stuck in the back of your throat. It's one of the few sounds in the Hebrew alphabet. So let's say I want to pronounce the word kayach, which is spelled kaf ches. If I was just learning, I would just go like I'd say kayach, like that, as if I have a mosquito stuck in the back of my throat. That's actually a little joke that came from my mom. Thanks so much, Mommy, if you're watching this. Although I doubt you need to watch this. Thanks so much anyway if you're watching this. It's meant to be a little joke, but it actually works. Next letter is Tes, like a T. Then you have Yud, like a Y, like as you can probably tell by the first phoneme, yeah. Then you have Kaf so this is another letter where it's different whether you have the dot or when you have the dot or not. Kaf is this shape with the dot. Chaf is without the dot. Chaf is another sound. Kaf is like a K. Then you have the end of Chaf, which could also be end of Kaf if it has a dot. Then you have Lamed. Looks like a little lightning bolt. Like, I don't know if you were able to see that perfectly, but I'll move the prayer book. Seriously. Why did you fall just now? Why do you have to fall? Seriously. There we go. But then you have Lamed, Mem, and Endmem. So the end of letters are pronounced like the regular letters, except that they come at the end of a word. That's why they're called end of letters. Then you have Nun. It's like an N sound. Then you have Endanun. Then you have Samech, it's an S sound, like S. Then you have Ayin, another silent letter. Then you have Pay. Pay as in you pay for something, except that's the Hebrew letter. So it's a P sound. Then you have Fei is without the dot, and it's a F sound. So Pay is like a P, Fei is like an F. And then you have Endafei. I don't think I've ever heard of Endapay. Then you have Sadi, or as some people call it, Tzaddik. Which is a T sound, like TZ in English. It's the first letter in the name Tzvi, which is a common Jewish name. Then you have Endatzadi, or Endatzaddik. Then you have Kuf, kind of like Kuf, very similar pronunciation. And then you have resh. In Israel, they roll their reshes like resh. I'm American, so I pronounce it resh. And it's like an R sound. Then you have shin and sin. The difference is whether the dot's on the right or the left. Shin is on the right, sin is on the left. Remember that. And hey, I just have a good mnemonic. When you sin, God will cast you away with his left hand. So a sin has its dot on the left. Like, I don't know if that makes much sense to as many people as I thought it would, but whatever. I hope that makes it a little easier for you to remember whether sin, which one's sin and which one's sin. Hope you can see that all right now. And then you have tough has the dot. It's kind of like test. And then you have suf is like samach and it's without the dot. Okay, that's all the letters. Now it's time for the vowels. So let's start off with the kamatz. It's an sound. As in pun. Might as well. As well as pun, because I made a few good puns there. Then you have the patach. It's an sound. As in aganciar. As in agantz. Yiddish for the entire thing. Like gantz, like Yiddish for everything. So yeah, the tsere is a, as in paint. Then you have the segal is as in bed. Then you have the shva. There's two types of shvas. That's really confusing. But basically, shva, I forget which one does what, but shva na in most prayer book. But the shva that's pronounced like a schwa, like pencil. That one will usually have a mark above it to indicate that it's pronounced. I'm pretty sure that one's called a shva na, but if mommy's watching this, please correct me if I'm wrong. You could just put it in the comments or something. But it's been a while since I last learned all the rules. I just have them engraved in my head now that the shva with the mark on top in my prayer book is pronounced like a schwa. The one without is not pronounced at all. Like in this word shva, the first vowel sound is a shva, but it doesn't have a mark on top of it, so I know it's silent. So shva. But if it was pronounced, it would be shiva. Then you have the cholam, or cholam, depends whether you're Lubavitch or not. Most Lubavitch people like me pronounce it cholam with an I sound, as an ive, but most other Ashkenazim pronounce it cholam with an O sound, as an oh no. Then you have the chirik, it's pronounced like ich, as an eek. Then you have the kibbutz. I'm not going to get to the different names for these two, kibbutz and shuk. They have different names. I'm not going to get to those. Kibbutz and shuk are pronounced very much the same. Ooh, as in ooh la la. And that's pretty much it for the vowels. God willing, I will catch you in the very next video. Be well.